Welcome to the Insane Reality of Midlife Health podcast, where we redefine midlife health from a real perspective. I'm a certified health coach and personal trainer, here to guide you through the challenges women face. You'll hear tips and stories from everyday women who have walked this path. Let's shift our focus from the past to embrace who we are now. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Insane Reality of Midlife Health. Today, I have Miss Nikki Q, who just recently opened up her own a health store, but it's called Ashe. I can't say it. Apothecary. It's a very fancy name, and I like it. And so she's on with us today to talk about her as just a regular woman out here at this time in her life and what she's done, like we do with everyone, but also talk about some products as well. All right, Nikki. So thank you for coming on today. I'm going to jump right into just asking you as just a day-to-day woman, you're in your midlife. When did you feel like your health really needed to or started to take a change?
I want to say during COVID. Everybody was sick. I got COVID, of course, like everybody else. I also got pregnant, and
You're COVID.
yes, well, it was in 2021, so it was still in the COVID area or time period. So I do not handle pregnancies very well. My body does not. I got hyperemesis like I did with Braxton, which is super, super severe morning sickness,
Oh,
to where I was having to go to the hospital like every other day, get a bag of fluids. I couldn't keep down even water. And I got scared.
yeah,
I
that
got
sounds.
scared. I ended up miscarrying. And after that, I kind of just hit the floor with my health and have been running ever since. I've lost a lot of weight, over 50 pounds over the last 5 years. But the miscarriage really scared me, because I have never been that sick on top of all the other feelings, of having a miscarriage. And I also at the time had discovered Dr. Sebi and Dr. Yaki and started following them, and they're all plant-based, all natural, vegan. And I learned a lot of things that um probably are not gonna hear from your doctors and stuff, that I did some research on and was like, "This is the way to go. This is," everybody, um, that is under their care, has had incredible results healing cancer and all kinds of diseases and things, and so I guess they call me a Sebian. I'm a Dr. Sebi follower,
okay.
so, yeah, that's about when it started. I got really sick. Um,
And you said you had it with both pregnancies, right?
yes, with my son, Braxton, but he's about to turn 18. And then this pregnancy in 2021, yes, extreme morning sickness.
Now, with that, do you feel like it like made it harder for you, obviously, to recover and get through what all women go through after having a baby, just the postpartum and everything? Do you think it just really exacerbated that even more, like made that even harder?
Yeah, I was physically and mentally just spent at
Mhm.
that time. And after I was able to work through all those emotions and stuff, I kind of felt like this is like a second chance at
Mhm.
life. And I literally haven't stopped
Uh,
since. I mean, I have been traveling, I've been making healthier choices, quit eating meat for a really long time.
okay.
Haven't eaten pork in over a year.
Yes, yes.
That's one of my biggest accomplishments as far as my health. I uh I miss bacon.
I think that would be the main one anybody would always miss if they missed one thing of it.
Yes, bacon and zuppa toscana soup, with the sausage. I miss that, but
There's
yeah.
other ways to make
Yeah,
mistakes.
yeah, turkey pepperonis and
Yes.
turkey
I
sausage
become a
and
big
stuff.
fan
Yeah.
of ground turkey and
Yes.
ground chicken.
Yes.
Um, well, so, first of all, I commend you on, like, I love you saying, I have a second chance at life, and
Yeah.
I'm going after it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just stop here, take what this is life is giving me and just
Yeah.
here. I love hearing that when people it's like that thing that just clicks in our head that a lot of times when I'm coaching with people, it's like, have you I hate to say it, but sometimes some people have to have that health scare
Yeah.
before they say, "This is my life." Like,
Mhm.
now some people just stop, take a look at life, look around, and maybe see people around them, they're like, I don't wanna be like
Yeah.
that." But sometimes, like, it does, it's just it's something that's just gotta click for us to and to for us to go all in, and
Yeah.
it sounds like you went all in
I did.
because you said you lost 50 pounds in 5 years, and I'm
Mhm.
assuming right now that never came back.
No.
And that's that
I
real
keep
weight loss.
losing
That's
too.
that real
Yeah.
health. It's when it comes off, it's
Mhm.
no 5 here, 10
Yeah.
here. That's how I know you're serious about your health
Yeah.
because it stays off
Yeah.
because you're happy
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
happy with the choices you've
Mhm.
made. It's just you wouldn't wanna go back.
Right, and the mental,
Split.
healing and all that. I mean, that it goes hand in hand, your physical and your mental health both.
True, true. So with that, as you started your journey, I find it interesting to ask people kind of two questions with this. You can kind of take which one you want. We go and we say, I'm going to set this goal. Like, let's just say pork.
Mhm.
I'm not going to eat pork. But then you play around with it for years before you ever do it or whatever. And when I say health goals, it could be a mental, it could be a financial, it could be any of that, any dimension. But what goals, give me two goals that you set that you accomplished and you were like so proud. And then maybe one that you are still trying to set, maybe, and you're still like, okay, I just hadn't got that one yet.
Yeah. Okay, so, um, getting to my goal weight, which is I'm under my goal weight right now, and some people might not think that, they might think I should be smaller,
All right.
but this is how I feel good. Like, this right here is how I feel good. Um, and you said future goal?
Well, so so when you set your journey, you're like, I'm making a
Yeah.
change. Your first change for you, and it's
Mhm.
and I like saying talking about this because everybody goes into it differently. I will say a lot of us naturally just say, I want to get to this weight. And I
Right.
find that interesting. And there's a lot I would talk about that, but it might be for somebody else. I just want to feel
Yeah.
good. So you found both, thank
Yeah.
God. You found
Mhm.
both. And I am so with you on this is what feels good to you. And
Yeah.
because you found that, you're able to keep this
Yeah.
lifestyle. But what's something else that you said, like you were like, okay, I got to this weight, but what else in my health do I really just want to get? What's something I wanna go get? Or what's something I did get along with this journey? I
I
mean,
think the mental part of it,
okay.
really, just healing, the more I love myself,
So
the better health decisions that I make, the better things I wanna put into my body, and I think pork is a huge accomplishment.
I think that's a good one, though.
Yeah,
So we would
it's like
say,
yeah,
eating differently,
yeah,
no diet, but
mhm,
just choosing foods that are going to be nutrient full in your
mhm,
body and really heal your body, and, like you said, for you, pork was not that.
yeah, no, 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 not for me, no, I God love it and miss it, but no, not for me, also, like supplements, just making it a routine. They say after 21 days, it's ingrained into your DNA. That's
Mhm,
how you create your habits.
mhm.
Taking my supplements that I take every day, and some of them don't taste that great. Most of them don't taste that
We're gonna
great.
talk about some of those things.
Yeah. So, like, making myself take those things every day and making myself have a routine and those things, have been my goals. Usually when I set a goal and I mean it, like, I'll do it. Like, it's gonna
And
happen.
that's what I was gonna ask you too. What do you when you set a goal? Because this is with what I do, I'm a health coach. We
Mhm,
set goals, and sometimes it's people jump right into those goals. Sometimes people take forever. What do you think helped you establish your goals? How did you go about it? Like you said, I want to lose weight. I'm going to stop eating these things. Like,
mhm,
was there little things you had to remind yourself every day? Did you have to put reminders down? Did you have to have people around you constantly being, helpful? Like, what helped you establish these goals to where they're now set? What was the things in the beginning that was hard to make them stay?
Information.
Education,
Yeah.
information.
I
I like
mean,
that.
the more I learned from Sebi and Yaki, I was, I'm not,
I like
I'm
that.
not gonna.
I like the answer. I that
It's
that
what it
just it
is. The
just
more
made
research I've
sense.
done, I'm like, oh, okay, I should definitely not be eating that or, consuming this or that or drinking this or that. It's just the more information I get, it just in my brain automatically says, nope, we're done with that. Once I hear something that I'm like, oh no, I'm done with it.
I like that. I think
Yeah.
that was the best answer you coulda gave. I mean, I love hearing how everybody does theirs different, but I've learned a lot about, like I'm always telling people, like, I don't wanna be someone that's telling you, "Don't eat this, don't do that." Like, you need to know why.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about the education
Yep.
aspect. As soon as you really understand why and you look all the way through the tissue of your I always paint pictures for people.
Yep.
I'm like, "Imagine how there's this works in your body, like there's little wheels that
Right.
connect." And when I paint that picture for people, and whether it's a food label or looking at what your body looks like on the inside or whatever, I'm like, "Make this make sense in your head," where you
Yeah.
said the education is like, "God, why would I
Yep.
choose to do," like, it's not because somebody told me or because I'm trying to get to this weight, I know I just need to stop eating bread. Why do I really like, what
Right.
does that look like inside my
Yeah.
body or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it I always say research. Do your research. Look it up.
Yes.
I'll say something about, something health wise, and somebody be like, no way. And I'm like,
Do your research.
I'm telling you, look it up.
Always do
You're
your
going to be
research.
shocked. It's just not information that they're putting out there on
It's
purpose.
amazing, yeah.
So,
Right, and then also, don't just take somebody's word for it.
yep.
And that goes back to the healthcare world that we're in.
Mhm.
And in this show, I respect all people in all places of it because I think
Mhm.
we need all of the healthcare
Yeah.
people, whether it's holistic, Western
Yep.
medicine, but don't just take one person's word.
Yes.
Go do your research,
Yes.
have a second opinion. I'm always
Always.
big about that.
Yeah. Me too. Definitely.
So as I said in the beginning of this show, even though I can't say your beautiful name, yeah, Ashe. I'm gonna
Asha.
call it Ashe. I
Yep.
like it. You created this business. You just
Yep.
recently really got to the point. I mean, not you changed your life, and so much so, and you believe in it so much. You're like, I want to. I want to go do
Yep.
something with this. So here you are. How many weeks or months in are you on this business you just created?
Well, it started with elderberry syrup in like
I remember we were
2021.
buying it from
Yeah.
you.
Yep. Yep. It started in 2021 with elderberry syrup, and just the more I followed Sebi and Yaki and learning about the different herbs and natural holistic options, I ran with it.
Well,
But
you were doing it for yourself
yeah,
first, and you're like,
myself
"I like
first.
this.
Yep.
This working.
Yep.
This
Yep.
works."
Yep. And then like I said, I started doing the elderberry, and then I started making other like oil blends and tinctures and different things.
And people were
And I
asking
was
for it.
sharing them with friends at
Mhm.
first, and then I started, it kind of just took off. And then I opened the store March 15th
Okay.
this year, last
So
month.
so she is fresh into this,
Yeah.
just came off the job from here to here.
Straight here.
Saturday night, here we are, and you just got here, had a long day at work, but I think I saw you post one day, you're like, "I love this place."
I
It
do.
makes you
I'm
happy.
so grateful. I love it.
You're surrounding yourself by
Yeah.
what you wanna be.
Yeah. Yeah. What I'm passionate about. Yep. That's the plan, is to be doing that full time.
So, okay, in your store, you got what's in there? What tell me a little bit about it.
Okay. We got all kinds of stuff, all kinds of handmade goodies. Um, so I got over 120, maybe some more by now. Herbs, roots, flowers, different kinds of mushrooms like turkey tail, lion's mane, reishi, things like that. I also have loose leaf tea blends that I create, different oil blend tinctures. So I have people come to me with different things like, "Hey, do you have anything for gout, or do you have anything for neuropathy?" And I'm like, "I don't, but I can make you something." So that's basically how all my oil blend tinctures have been made. Somebody comes to me asking, "Hey, I have this problem," and I always have great results.
I was gonna say, what kind of feedback do you get?
Great, and everybody always comes back. They want bigger bottles of it. Yeah.
So within your store, you have products that you make.
Mhm.
I got a couple questions about that, but do you also have products other people make as
Mhm.
well?
Yeah, my best friend, Tina, she owns Christina& and Co. She makes handmade soy candles and, like, room sprays and wax melts. My cousin Lacey crochets. She is an amazing crochet artist, if that's
Okay.
what you call 'em. She has beautiful pieces. They're in my store too, like cute festival tops and hats and things like that. And then I have, like, raw local honey.
Uh,
Yes,
Tell
yes.
people why they need to eat raw local honey.
Because it's so good for you.
Tell it.
So it's got all the good enzymes. It's good for immunity. It's good for allergies. If you have a cold, it's great for soothing a cough. I do infused honeys too, so I add like
Mm,
herbs and stuff,
yes.
sometimes florals. Um,
And it's local, so that's
it's
for us, it makes a difference at
Yep,
being local versus it came from somewhere else
yep,
where they have a whole different set of pollen and all
yep.
that
That's
stuff.
yeah. So it's like you want it within a 100-mile radius, so it's, like, native to where you live, that way, like, it'll help with the plants that are in your area that may be, like, bothering your allergies and stuff.
Do you have to get like how did you find where to get these products like the mushrooms and this? Are you all finding local people? Do you have to find people? Like, is it really hard to find some of these products to make some of the things you make?
Um, I have, like, different vendors for my herbs and, like, my sea moss. Like, the sea moss, I definitely did a whole lot of research for about 4 or 5 months before I started making it. Wanted to make sure I was getting a good reputable,
Yes.
source. Um Yeah, I make mostly everything, in there. It's
And
fun.
how do you find the time?
It's fun
Okay,
while I'm sitting there at
so
the
you're
store.
like a scientist slash
Alchemist.
alchemist. That's what it's called. I knew there was a name for that.
Yeah.
You want quick, easy ways to prep healthier breakfasts and lunches? Developing healthy habits from 25 to 35 can set you up for a lifetime of wellness and vitality. Join my live nutritional workshop where we'll tackle meal prep together and ensure you're meeting your macronutrient goals for optimal results. You'll receive a grocery list for these meals, so no more procrastinating, ladies. We're going to be productive as a community. Now let's lay the foundation for a balanced, fulfilling life together.
Yeah.
So, earlier in our conversation, we were talking about sometimes we take things we don't really like. And so I had to bring this one up. You already mentioned it,
Mm.
sea moss.
Mhm.
Let's talk about sea moss for a
Yes.
minute. Why would somebody want to take sea moss?
Oh my gosh.
And just not go too deep, but just
Mhm.
a little bit of like, what are there different types of sea
Mhm.
moss and all that? So let's talk about sea moss.
Okay. Sea moss is like a superfood. It's a sea plant, and it comes to me dehydrated. I rehydrate it and then blend it up, and it comes in a gel form. So it has 92 of the 102 minerals that your body needs. So basically, when you take that, you're oiling up all your squeaky wheels.
I like
And
that. So
yes,
you're putting the analogies like I like.
yes, yes. So also it's good for like anxiety, depression, weight loss, thyroid, big time. This will help with thyroid issues.
We have so many women.
Energy, like crazy energy, like
This now
clean.
now you're talking to my
Yes,
audience, midlife women. What do
yes,
we not have?
yes.
Energy, thyroid
Helps with
issues,
hormones.
hormones.
Yes, yes,
Scream
it's
sing that
great.
one.
Yeah, and that's what I always recommend for pretty much everything. If you don't have a shellfish allergy, you should be taking sea moss.
So they do need to know that. So that
Yes.
and that's something else we're gonna talk about when we go, and it's safe to say on the
Mhm,
holistic side of things,
mhm.
right? I think a lot of people are starting to really learn a little bit more, be interested in it,
Yeah.
and they're going into this holistic side. But this goes back to where I said earlier, we need our Western medicine doctors. We need people from our areas because some people don't realize that if you're on all these medications and you take too much of a natural product, it
Mhm.
still can
Yep.
hurt you.
Mhm.
And I think that is goes back to our education, right?
Yep.
So the biggest thing and the reason why I'm doing this podcast because we can open up and is oh, if you do 21 days of wall Pilates, your body's gonna look like this unrealistic lady here.
Right.
Um, if
Right.
you take sea moss every day, you're gonna do this. And there's just so many things out there that we just jump into. We see a
Mhm.
image that
Yep.
we like, whether it's
Mhm.
a person or whatever. And then we just go out there. And I have these people coming to me like, oh, now I'm taking all this magnesium and I'm taking all this stuff. And I'm like, have you ever talked to your healthcare provider? And sadly, some of the healthcare providers might not even
Okay.
tell them. So they need to know there are doctors that can just sit down with you just about your medications and
Yeah.
herbalist. I can't say that right,
Mhm.
but they need to know that you can't just jump on board with any of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're trying to get healthy in the holistic way, awesome.
Mhm.
But do you when people come in, do you say this to them like,
Yes.
"Hey,
Yes. So I have disclaimers all over the screen.
good, smart."
This says, "I am not a doctor, and I need for you to do your research as on top of my research as well." And a lot of times, I will highly encourage someone, like, if they're on a lot of medications and stuff, I'm like, "I think you need to talk with your doctor, and why don't you take a picture of the label and let your doctor know what's all in it, and you need to talk with them, before you try anything natural." But then I've had some people that just they stop taking all their medicine and start on, a new regime, and I'm like,
Holding your breath.
yeah, I'm like, "Whew, are you sure you wanna do that?" And they're
Make
like,
sure you
"Yeah."
take a picture with them beside the disclaimer.
Yes, yeah. I'm like, "We got this in writing." So, but but yeah, I mean, it 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 works for some people. Some people, have issues that they need to take their medications, and you don't know how those herbs are gonna interact. So at my store, on every single herb and every single item that I've made, like, as far as a tea blend or a, oil blend tincture, I have all of the benefits and the warnings at the bottom.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so
I love
it'll
that.
say like, today we was looking at one and it said, "May interact with blood thinners," and so the lady was like, "I'm on blood thinners,"
I like
so
that.
yeah,
And
yeah,
just like you said, if you're allergic to shellfish, somebody probably wouldn't have thought
yeah,
twice about that before they took
yeah.
a sea
I
moss.
always ask about
I
that,
love
yeah.
that. You are so good about your like you said you did your research, you do
Mhm.
your
I did,
research.
yeah.
I love that. Even more of a reason why you would want to go to her store because once again, we're looking at we're looking at this stuff on Facebook or our friends taking it or this and we go jump on it and it might not be best for you. And that is the
Mhm.
one thing I want this show to be fun. I want us to laugh at the things we have in common, but I also want us to know that we're all so different.
Yep.
No matter how much our body shapes look the same or
Mhm.
where we come from, we all have to go a little
Yep.
bit of a different route. So I love that you do that.
Yeah.
So, if you had to just like 3 of your products and I mean, your products or maybe it's something else that you can't make, I don't know.
Mhm.
With the way you're going with your health and your health and longevity of just trying to take in the right things, what are 3 products that you were just like, "No, I will never let this out of my like, this is always gonna be in my routine."
Uh,
You can name more if you want, but tell me.
elderberry syrup for
Okay.
sure.
And I wanna know why for each one, so go ahead.
So the elderberry syrup, I feel like I don't get sick because of the elderberry syrup, and if I do get sick, there's something really, really, really nasty going around. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. COVID.
Y Worse than that, I mean, it's gotta be bad because elderberry is good, for immunity to, like, keep you from getting COVID and the flu and strep and things like that, and if you do have it, if you get it, it'll alleviate your it's been known to alleviate your symptoms within 48 hours. So,
Nice.
elderberry packed with antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, immunity, tons of vitamins and minerals. I love elderberry. It's one of the holy grails for me. Um, Another one would be castor oil.
Hmm, okay.
I use castor oil for
That's
everything.
bringing the oldie back.
Everything. I have
Oldie
I
but
have
goodie.
done amazing things with
Right.
castor oil. I have dissolved, lumps on my breast overnight, swollen lymph node on the back of my
How do
neck
you use it?
overnight,
How are you using it?
castor oil pack. So you can like on Amazon, they have it's a pack that you get and it's got different almost looks like a sleep mask,
Uh-huh.
but they're different that you can put on different parts of your body. So there's like 2 round ones for your breast. There's one that you can use for your neck for like
Those
your
are
lymph
common
node.
areas people are using.
Yeah, and then one for your abdomen.
Uh,
Um,
I've heard people doing this for, like, belly fat or something. Is that right?
y y I'm not sure, but I'm not sure about that, but I do know that, like, castor oil in your belly button does amazing things too.
Yeah, maybe
Mhm,
that's what it
yeah.
is.
So went to Costa Rica last summer, and it was raining, and I fell coming out of my bungalow, got a hematoma on my arm. It was huge. I mean, my arm was so swollen. I got back, went to the doctor. The doctor is like, "Oh, it's gonna take weeks, maybe even months for that to go the swelling and the bruising to go down." And I was like, "No." I was like, "We're gonna do a castor oil pack." 3 days, completely gone. Overnight, half of the bruising was gone.
And you were putting the packs on
The
it.
pack
Like,
on my
every
arm.
day you put a new
No,
one
I
on,
I
or
put it on my arm and let it sit overnight.
that's it?
That's it.
And then the next day you gotta do it again, or
Yeah, yeah, if it's still going on. So, like, the lumps in my breast, they just dissolved overnight.
wow, I
Yeah.
gotta get back on my castor
Yeah,
oil.
castor
I
oil's
did
the
it
holy
back in the
grail.
day, but I don't going back to we just do that. I think I probably just did it because I saw something about it.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
back in my 20s.
So many benefits for castor
Okay.
oil.
So now do people actually ingest that, like, or is it
You
always just used topical?
Yeah, you can ingest it. I think I
Papa
heard
used
something
to.
about that helping you go into labor or
I
something, maybe.
swear my papa used to make some castor oil, something we had to drink.
Probably. They knew what they were doing back
I
then.
think
They
what
did.
have you ever heard of, like, the old country thing that old people make called turpentine?
Yes.
Okay, do that have castor oil in it?
No.
I need to go and find somebody that knows this, because all of them
That's a good
are
question.
in heaven now, but I bet it had castor oil in it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but whenever anything went wrong, he said, "Take a swig of this turpentine."
Mhm.
But I bet it had
Yeah.
some.
Yeah.
But typically, people use it as topical.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I always have. It helps your hair grow and I mean, just so
Okay.
many benefits.
Alright, I wanna know more about this later.
Yeah.
So, elderberry, castor oil, what else?
I would say Sheila Jeep because I have a hard time getting sea moss down. Just the texture. I have a funny thing about textures, but Sheila Jeep, it's got
What is that?
84 of the 102 minerals that your body needs. It's high in fulvic acid. It is good for hormones, anti-inflammatory. It's actually a resin that comes from the Himalayan mountains, and you only need like smaller than a pea size amount. And
Is it like jelly?
it's a resiny like tar. It looks like black tar.
Okay.
Mhm,
And you just
yeah.
put it on your tongue?
I dissolve it in a little bit of warm water.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just take a little shot of it.
Now you said you have to take that because you don't like the sea moss. You mix them together?
No, some people can't take sea moss, some
Okay.
people
So
can't
this would be like in place
in
of.
in place of it, yeah, I'll take sea moss, it's just the
I
texture is hard for
Me
me.
too. I've
Yeah,
tried it. I really believe in it, but
yeah,
the texture thing just
yeah,
seem
and
weird
but
now.
the Sheila Jeet is I feel like that's a kinda almost an equivalent, and I love it, it gives me great energy, clear thinking. I didn't know I had brain fog
Oh,
till I started taking it.
oh,
Yeah,
I'm very
so,
aware of brain fog.
yeah, I love my Sheila Jeet. It's good stuff.
Okay, that I don't know about. Someone
Yeah.
definitely have to come to the store for that. And I was just in here thinking out loud. I'm always thinking of creative recipes. I'm always trying to
Yeah.
post creative stuff. What if we put sea moss into a protein or just a shake?
You can.
I
Yeah,
didn't
when
think
when
about
I take
that.
my sea if I take it, I'm gonna take it and Imma put it in a smoothie,
Yeah.
overnight oats, yogurt,
Yeah.
applesauce, something
I
like
was
that.
just taking
Yeah,
it hardcore.
I was too. I was too, but I don't always eat every morning. So
Oh, okay. We're not gonna talk about that, but
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna not health coach you right now. But yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So, I take my Sheila G. It's a little easier for me to get down, but yeah.
All right. So did you bring any products with
I
you
did,
today?
I did.
And while you're getting those, tell me how do we find you? Where do we go? Where you at?
My Facebook, I have a Facebook page, Ashe Apothecary. It's spelled ASEAPOTHECARY. I also have my Ashe Apothecary store page on Instagram, and you can come to the store, 701 Withorn Street, Shelbyville, Tennessee.
All right. So we will come looking for you or sending people that way. And just remember all the little tidbits of education we gave today.
Yeah.
Let me see what these products look like.
Sheila G.
Sheila G.
That's what I was talking about.
Sheila G. Okay. Where does this originate from? You said the Himalayan. You did tell me that.
Yep.
Hold on, oh, look, y'all. It comes with this cute little guy.
So that's what you would use to scoop it out
I'm
of the
all
jar.
backwards, y'all.
Yeah.
The scooper.
And then the tail hangs on the side of your cup.
Okay.
So it can melt off.
See, people are gonna buy this just because it's cuteness right here. Like the fact that we can make this like sit on the jar. Come on, y'all.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna do it just for that. So this is cute. And then let me see what this looks like. Oh, it is like tar, like you said.
Yeah.
Very nice. I love the packaging. I love the accessories.
Yeah.
All right. This is nice.
That's the best brand that I've found. I've tried several brands. That one is the best I've used so far.
Okay.
So
What else you got?
this is one thing I wanted to share with you. Hormone Harmony. I made this for my best friend. She was really having some issues.
Yes. The name of it.
Her husband has called me and thanked me. It's a wonderful blend of oils or herbs and avocado oil. So it's an oil tincture.
Tincture.
Dab under your tongue.
All tinctures just go under the tongue.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So under your tongue, and this helps with menopause, PMS, all your hormones, all the things. Helps with mood.
Well, this should be our spoken
cramps,
of the show.
Yes.
Because this is most everybody watching this. You're either about to come up on this age or you are going through it. So anything natural we can do, because that'll be another show. We'll have somebody on, but talking about all the different therapies for when we're going through that. But we can start natural first. Let's try that first.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
All right. Got anything else? That's your product for the day?
I think so.
All right. So that means y'all got to go down to the store if you want more. That wasn't supposed to rhyme, but it did. This has been very educational. I'm very excited about not you just having this store, but the love and the passion and the journey that you went through to do it. And you're not only are you doing it because you love it, but you're also a working mom. You got kids. You're still having to hustle and do your thing and do what you love. And I think that a lot of us women that's what we're trying to find, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're at that age where we know we want to do all these great things, but how do we juggle it all? So that, we all struggle with it, but that's what we're here to share with each other, to build each other as a community. So this is another episode of the Insane Reality, because this is the reality here, y'all. She's doing it all. Midlife Health. Thank you so much for joining me, and come back another time.
It's been an honor.
All right.
Thank you.